Summer is over.
What?
Ask me. Ask Iliza anything. It's time to ask. Ask me all your questions.
Summer's over. It's July 22nd.
Is that the end?
I mean, I guess there's August, which no offense to anyone born in August, or I guess get offended because that's a weird thing to take from this. It's kind of like a nothing month. Like some people have school that starts. It's really hot. Like no one's like, we're going to Europe in August.
Right.
I just think of it as like muggy. And it's kind of like the last, like after 4th of July and after, when's Labor Day?
This year it's like the September 2nd or 3rd or something. Usually it's like August 31st-ish.
Nothing happens in August. There's no holidays.
It's too hot.
It's too hot. It wasn't always that way. I was talking to Glenn right before this, and we were like going back and forth about how nobody has a work ethic. And this isn't like the Kim Kardashian, like no one wants to work, but like he's like always on top of stuff. And he was like, you're so on top of it. And I was like, here's what it is. You are either in your heart a New Yorker or you're not. And Emily, you are the farthest thing from a New Yorker, but you are incredibly capable and you do things. So I guess that qualifies you.
I don't know. I don't think I am. What state am I? Like, what's a middle of the road state? I mean, am I Georgian?
You are never late.
Yeah.
You are like, it's like there's like a work ethic there. You either do things 100% or you don't. Like you either do it well and you show up. Like we've definitely worked with people where I'm like, hey, where's that thing? And it's always like an excuse or it's like, oh, I was going to do it later. And with Glenn, it's like, here it is. We're done. You can get a hold of me. You're not returning texts at the end of the day. Like you're either logged on for your life or you're working at a Blimpies in the airport. Okay. And you can be logged on for your life and have like a super low end job. Like, you know, you talk to someone, they're like on it. I called like a hotel today to ask something and it was like, so you couldn't reach out to our corporate number. And by corporate number, we mean a phone tree where we're hoping you die, like in a weird back room.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was all fueled because Glenn was like, I'm caffeinated. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to match your caffeine and I'm going to go and get a Diet Coke. And I didn't have any because I don't really have Diet Coke in the house, but I thought there was one errant one. And instead, I'm treating myself to a Fever Tree club soda. They're tiny and it's so crispy. I think the thing with Diet Coke is like, it's not the taste, but it's so crispy. And this is so crispy that it kind of feels like a Diet Coke.
It's so small in your hand in a way that is shocking. Like I drank the little baby Cokes, but in my mind, they're not that small.
It's so small. It's almost, and it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Like remember when you used to, Schweppes used to come, or Pepsi would come in those little glass chunky bottles?
Yeah.
Like on airplanes or in like mini fridges. They stopped doing it. The less you can give people and the more you charge for it, the more of a big deal it feels like.
There is a Schweppes ginger ale that is blackberry flavored, and they only carry it in the weird small food convenience store inside a collectible store that's like a swap meet. And I want more so badly.
Scarcity makes it special. Luxury brands too, like the smaller Louis Vuitton coin purse we can sell you. The fact that it says LV and it's micro, you're like, I'll take it, and they can charge you a lot for it. And there is something to it until people won't pay it, and then it's like, how are you gonna keep your lights on?
That makes me think. When I bought a new suitcase recently, they were gonna charge me to put it was like, do you want your initials on it? I'm like, sure. And then they're like, we actually charge you a lot for that. In my mind, you should give it to me free because now I probably can't resell it to someone else. Someone else is going to have to buy a new one from you.
That's
so give me the free monogram.
Point.
I was like, it's such a classy touch to have the initials on there. But then I was like, I'm not paying for it though.
That's interesting. That's an interesting point. Like the more personalization you offer, the harder it is to sell that product. Yeah. I mean,
built-in.
You think Apple would do that. Like, yeah, let's inscribe your name on this. Let's customizable software. That way you can't resell this.
Remember when you'd buy an iPod, you could have something written on the back?
I think you could still do that. Like you could take it somewhere. But yeah, if I'm a vendor, I would want to make it as customizable as possible.
Because
interesting.
There's a term for when they do that with technology, and it's not forced redundancy, but it's something like that, where your technology is going to die in 2 years, 3 years. Like it's a planned
Not
obsolescence.
redundancy, forced
planned
I was gonna say
obsolescence.
irrelevancy. Yes, planned obsolescence. Apple, all Apple products.
Yeah.
And no one can keep up. All of a sudden, I'm buying chargers that don't fit in the hotels anymore, and the hotels can't buy new USB-C, and you're just stuck in it. And I think that is a very tangible way to sort of explain like how we're going to start to feel AI as like with the hotel thing, like you called and like you're just stuck in a phone tree and there's no one for you to talk to. You're just talking to like an echo of an echo because they're hoping, like my thing with when I ordered Goop Kitchen from fucking Uber Eats, who can rot now, and there was no way to change the order and there was no one to talk to because it's easier to just create an AI that can't solve it, because companies don't care if you're actually happy. They care that they have your money and that they give you the illusion of thinking that you could talk to someone. But you know who always comes through? Delta customer service. I don't even care if it's a robot. They're great.
We love Delta. You've always
we
been
love
loyal
Delta.
to Delta.
And did I ever tell you about my trip to Healdsburg
No,
that I
sounds
went
like
on?
a made up place. What do you mean?
It's like a beautiful, it's in wine country. It's in Sonoma, which is outside of San Francisco. And I went with Noah because he did his book event. And I went and took a little 36 hours. And I am afraid of drinking wine because I'm afraid it'll give me a headache. And I will tell you what, California wines are some of the best in the world, as we know. And I enjoyed up to 2.5 glasses of a Riesling. And I felt great. And I made some drunk purchases. Cut to me just schlepping home a candle. I don't know why I did that. It was great. Like we never do getaways because I work in entertainment. We're always busy. It was really nice to travel as a non-entertainer. And just like I woke up, I did Pilates, I had a coffee, did a little bit of work, walked around. Like I just felt it was so luxurious to just be. Got ice cream 2 nights in a row.
What flavor?
Okay, so there was an ice cream place called Noble Folk, and they had a gay flavor. They had like a pride flavor. It was their pride scoop, which depending on what kind of club you go to is a very different thing. And it was, you would be proud. It was Fruity Pebbles, marshmallow, and toffee because you needed salt to balance out the sweet. It was outstanding. I also got something with cornflakes. I did reach my scoop limit, my sample limit. She was like, you're only allowed 2, but since you could have one of his because Noah didn't get 2 samples. But I was cool. They're having too many samples. I needed to know.
I like that she was like, all right, we can allocate some of Noah's scoops.
I did all the things. I was saying to Noah, I was talking about vices. And I was like, I really don't have them. So you have to create a vice because otherwise you'll explode. Like as a human, you have to indulge in something that is killing you a little bit quicker. Otherwise you have nothing. And mine is so small. Like some people smoke cigarettes, some people vape, some people drink a ton of liquor. On this trip, I was like, I'm going to have wine, whatever. I'm also going to drink a Diet Coke, which is garbage. And I took 2 milligrams of Ambien to go to bed, and I don't regret it. Because all that sugar makes you stay up. And I was just like, I'm going to do these things, and then I'll go home having viced myself. And I know these are not big things, and I know it's like big fucking deal. Like you cannot eat ice cream like that every night and drink wine because you won't feel good. So I just like did it, and I was like, just fucking deal with it. And I did a great workout class. I don't know if you're I don't know if I'm a type A, but I think there's something to be said for like allowing yourself to just do these things. Not all the time. That way it feels special. So yeah, I don't care if that sounds restrained or peak white woman, but I drank that Diet Coke, which will eat your brain. And I had ice cream, and I had a little bit of Ambien. And I took an ibuprofen on an empty stomach, really wilding out.
Yeah.
You got to walk that fine line. Otherwise, especially as you get older, like there's almost nothing you can do that is good for you. Like you can eat all the fiber you want. You can work out and you can still have fucking off the charts high cholesterol like I do. What the fuck is that? What am I supposed to do?
Was it off the charts or was it just a little high?
It got worse.
What do you mean it got worse?
And she was like, it's gotten worse since the last time we did it. I don't know.
Okay.
She was like, you don't need any medication, but maybe try to eat more fiber. And I'm like, just sitting here like drinking flax seeds, and this is like a genetic thing. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
All this is to say, whatever you're doing, you have to do more. So you may as well do a little bit less every once in a while so your head doesn't explode.
Okay. Whatever you're doing, you have to do more. So you may as well do a little bit less every once in a while.
Whatever
I'm
you're
gonna put
doing,
that right on a pillow.
like whatever you're doing to work out or stay ahead or clean or feel good or be wrinkle free, just know you have to do so much more to make it even count a little bit. Like I do Pilates, but I don't have resting muscular tone. In order to do that, you have to lift so many heavy weights and eat so little. Like the people you're comparing yourselves to online, like they're either 23 or like that's their whole life. So if you're just a regular woman, like trying to eat better, you don't even realize how far it has to go for you to look like the version of yourself you want. So I'm saying give yourself a break, eat that ice cream, get that pride scoop, and just keep chugging along at a medium pace, which is a reference for any millennial who used to love Adam Sandler. Like you would have to drink so much water
left out.
to make up for all the water you didn't drink now. Like the die has been cast.
It's too late for my water intake. But
That's
look,
all I'm
I have
saying.
some. I'm drinking some.
Is it just water?
Yeah.
What was in that before it was water?
I just put water in this. It's my nighttime water.
All this is to say, I can understand how people, like as you get older, you're just like, fuck it. Like I'll just be happy and not happy with my body or my face because I can't keep up. Like we're supposed to do hand rejuvenation now. Apparently this is like an old claw. Just the amount of stuff that you're supposed to do.
What are you supposed to do to your hand?
You're supposed to get like lasers on them to get rid of all the sun damage because that's the one thing that apparently identifies if a woman's older is that the hands are old. Because you'll see women with these like taut young faces, but they've got like crypt keeper hands.
Right.
And I'm like, you would pay for these hands to be on you. So
Hands just feels like, what, we got to draw the line somewhere.
no, they don't. Everything's just going to keep getting younger and tighter and weirder looking, and you got to pay for it.
I have such little baby soft hands. I don't really have anything to contribute.
You're
to
right.
this.
That is,
So
you're right. You have the hands of a newborn child, of a newborn 15-year-old.
Little weak, non-labor hands.
Oh,
So,
you're like, yeah, you have noble hands.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just don't. I mean, I did my own laundry today, right before this.
Oh,
so, I was,
did you
I
take a
was doing the
break?
chores.
Did you
But-
reward yourself?
No, I came right up here, but then
You
I
don't have
did hire-
calluses on the ends of your fingers from typing? From typing
no, and I
love
type
letters
hard. I type
to the former
really
WB
hard.
frog?
I hit the
believe that.
keys really hard. So
I bet there's a
Somehow
Japanese
no.
word for that.
having baby hands or typing hard.
Like agregatsu, like for typing really hard as a way of taking out your aggression.
That it might be because I've had people who were not pleased that I type that hard. And I'm like, why? What do you think it says about how I feel about this meeting we're in together?
Yeah, it's just a hard type. There was the bold type and this is the hard type.
I'm typing hard.
I'm typing so hard for you.
Oh, what if that was like, I'm hitting the keys on this iPhone really hard when I reply,
What
thumbs
if?
up to your sexy pic.
Well, that's the caps lock.
Ugh. It is so funny to me when someone old just does all caps lock.
I've asked my mom before. I've been like, why are you yelling? She's like, I'm not.
Right? You're like, it's like when they do ... And I've explained to my parents like 16 times why that's rude. And they're just
Wait, have we
like,
talked
I don't
about this?
understand.
Have we talked about this?
A long time ago, not recently. I'm thinking about it constantly.
But I don't think it's a generational thing. I think there are some people who grasp the implications of an ellipses over text and some that don't. And like, I have this girl that I'm friends with and she texts and she'll always put an ellipses. And I'm like, I don't think you realize that it feels like you're hitting on me when you leave it with an ellipses. Like, hey, I'd be like, I don't know. I don't want to go to lunch. I don't want to rush it. She'll be like, yeah, I want to take our time, ... And I'm like,
Right.
are you trying to fuck?
Right.
Or are you just saying like, I'd love to take our time? And I have other thoughts. Like an ellipses is a mystery. It's sexual. It's leaving space because you're like, fill it in.
I read that differently than you. If somebody said like, well, I want to take our time, ... I'd be like, well, so you're pissed that we can't take more time for this lunch? Okay. That's how I read it, as like they're annoyed. Like, well, I wanted to take my time, but I guess we won't. ...
The point is it's never good.
No, it's never, I feel like my mom does that. She'll be, okay, ... So to me, that's okay.
And
Like,
how does
it's
she
not
see it?
positive. She probably is just saying, okay, and then like throwing her phone into the woods.
But you would not type that, nor would you write that. So why are we adding 2 more periods? All of a sudden, it's like, do I have the option of bonus periods?
Yeah, right. I don't know. Maybe I need to see if it's like an autofill. Also, I feel like everybody who does it is on an Android. So I'm like, does Android autofill? Like, what's
Is that your
going on?
nightmare? A green text bubble with an ellipses.
You're just like, well, this person
Here's something
hates
weird,
me.
just real quick. A child in Ethan's class, their nanny called me. She was like, hey, can this little girl play with Ethan? And I was like, I'm on my way home from the airport, but I can give you my nanny's number. So I hang up and I go to my call log and I go to copy this woman's number. I don't know what I hit. It erased. And I think that's so, and you could not get it back. And I don't use the cloud because that's so scary and not safe.
Yeah.
And there's no way to get it back. And I'm like, why would you need the power to erase an incoming call from your call log if you weren't like cheating on your spouse? It's just odd to me. Like that should be like burned into the software that it was a phone call and it was just gone.
What if you're planning a surprise party? You have to be able to delete.
I understand deleting texts, I guess, in your conversation, whatever, but an incoming call, I just think that's such a weird, like some developer was like, I'm cheating on my wife. What can I put in here?
Were you not able to connect these children to play?
Oh my God, the mom is like a major celebrity. And so I had to like WhatsApp her and be like, and I mean, we know each other, but I try not to like ever reach out. And so I was like, hey, and like, you're probably on set somewhere. I'm like, do you have Susan's number? She gave it to me. Like I did it, but I was just like, that's such a bummer. This woman like calls me and I'm like, I'll get right on that. And then I just never respond. But it's just weird. It just erased.
Here's what I'm curious about. Not this child in particular, but you are your child's social calendar, you and the nanny. Like, how do you check, like, does my kid like this kid? Should I set up the play date? Or at this age, is it just like, yeah, they're hanging out with each other?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I've never heard Ethan mention this girl and she's never come over. But the fact that the nanny called, I'm like, sure.
Great. Hang out.
I'll send them. They want to go to like some country club. I was like, make sure they have dinner so I can record a podcast. Have a great night.
Thank you to that nanny who
honestly
saved our podcast recording.
It may not be a dinner thing, but I will tell you, I always thought I'd be I can't believe that I'm the mom that's like, come over here. Like I'm totally fine with kids coming over as long as they don't touch or go anywhere in my house. We have one room that no one's allowed in. It's called the beautiful room. No child is allowed in there. Since Sierra was 18 months old and she hit her mouth on this live edge table, no one is allowed in the beautiful room. And kids come over and I'm like, you're not allowed in the beautiful room. Fucking deal with it.
Wait, which room? Is that where the TV is?
No, that would be cruel.
The middle of the house?
Yeah, you can't go through it. You cannot walk through it. You can't cut through it. You cannot go in the beautiful room.
You have to walk along the wall?
It. Okay. You can go around it. You just cannot cut through where the table is. You cannot go on the carpet in the beautiful room.
Okay, that's fair.
Do it. You gotta have rules.
Does Tianfu sit on the carpet and lord it over the children?
Robert, she'll do it if we're sitting in there with the adults, but she doesn't.
She's like, I'm allowed in here. No one's stopping me. I've never hit my mouth on anything. Shocking with how much her mouth is open that she's never smashed into anything.
The dog?
Yeah.
No, she's incredibly agile. And you know what I like in her too, even though she's a sweet girl? Lucifer, the cat in Sleeping Beauty, obviously because I watch it all the time with my daughter, how the cat like never leaves the stepmom's side.
Yeah.
And Tianfu's like a little bit of a menace. Like that's her. Like she's glued to my hip. And it doesn't matter what it is. And she's like, this is my mom and I'm looking at you and I don't like you. You can go and get out of here.
Judgmental.
Like when I had COVID and she didn't leave the bed for 2 days with me. Like that's you, she'll be buried with me when I die. Like a terracotta soldier. Yeah. And Glenn, it's in the will. Okay.
Sorry, Glenn. Okay. We'll do some questions. Hi, Liza and AI crew. I need guidance on dealing with my family. This is a Patreon That's It member. I, 21 female, met my partner, 41 male, when I started my new job 2 years ago. We hung out for months as friends while he was navigating a separation. After 6 months, I pursued a romantic relationship with him. We were together for 3 months before we told anyone. I was living with my parents. He was living with his ex-wife. They have younger children. In the first 3 months, we would hang out after work and on weekends. I would tell my parents I was going out, but that was it. After a few hours of being out, they would call and start yelling, demanding I tell them what I was doing and who I was with. Now, remember, the girl at this time, our listener at this time, was 19. I would always say I'm hanging out with friends. It got to the point I was being cussed out and being accused of doing drugs. I was planning on renting a house for my dad. I needed a roommate, so me and my partner agreed to move in together. If it didn't work out, there was space for both of us and his kids to cohabitate.
Oh.
Oh, when I told my
How big is
parents,
that apartment?
I know. What's this property? When I told my parents we would be moving in together, they demanded
Is there a
to meet
beautiful
him.
room? Okay.
There's like 5 probably. There are issues with my partner, the age gap. He was still legally married and he has kids. During our lunch together, they spent the entire time trying to convince him that I am crazy and accusing him of cheating on his wife. After moving in together, my partner went to help my dad move a shed, and he spent the time lecturing my partner, but said his piece and has never said anything negative since. I think that's pretty fair. My mother, on the other hand, goes out of her way to make nasty comments, bring up exes, and continues to ask me and my partner to do things for her with no gratitude. I am in the process of buying a house, and our house, and she's making him sign a paper saying in the event of divorce, the house is mine and he can't come after it.
Fucking
Good.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks,
Yeah.
Mom.
My partner and I have been together for a year and a half and he is ready to propose. She's forcing him to take her and my dad to dinner and have a conversation before he's allowed to propose to me. I feel like this is all ridiculous and she's trying to be way too involved and controlling. My partner is supportive, kind, and patient, but he's fed up of the way he and I are being treated. I don't blame him for feeling this way. What do I do? My family's super important to me. But if I try and set boundaries, they throw tantrums and put it all back on me. Some recent comments my mother has made. You're just the other woman, calling my partner names, that I don't need to spend all my time with him and the kids. I work 60 hours a week. We only see them on the weekends, and blaming my partner for me being unsure if I want to have my own kids. The divorce was finalized a few months ago. They had to hire a lawyer because we live in the South, and the judge was unhappy with the fact they didn't want to be married. I was with them multiple times as they went together to file papers. Their separation was amicable, and she will admit it was her fault. Thank you, Sarah.
Don't marry him.
Sarah.
Don't marry him.
You
Don't do it.
get the paperwork.
Sarah, I'm gonna say to you what no one is gonna say.
Except your mom.
You sound like a child. And I don't think you're 21. I get it. There are people at 21 who are handling more at 21 than I will in my lifetime. I don't like this age gap. I'm sorry. You don't want to be a mother to his children. You will always be the other woman. You will never be treated like a mother. You don't want to be a mother. You're not ready for that responsibility. This man was willing to move into an apartment with, it just doesn't, I don't care if the wife cheated on him. It's too much baggage. You're too young, and your parents, maybe they were rude or disrespectful, but they care deeply, and they are trying to put some guardrails in place in the event that this guy who has not acted maturely and could not fucking keep it in his pants until his divorce was final. And kudos to him for actually getting one. I don't like any of this. I don't like that it brings this out in him. I don't like that he's fed up. He should be so thrilled that someone young and attractive wants to be with him. And if this were what?
I'm trying to make it zoom out.
I thought you're saying he's a loser. I was like, easy. I'm
no, that is what it looks like. No, that's how I do zoom out.
If this man were 21 years old and he was desperately in love with you, and Emily, get your hand out of the thing. It doesn't need to zoom in on you. I'm talking.
I wanted to zoom out. It's too close. Okay, keep going. Oh
my God, then hit it manually. If this man were a 21-year-old guy asking for your hand in marriage and the parents were making him jump through these hoops, he was anything other than I just love her and I'm willing to make it work. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. The fact that this guy is saying to you, look, I'm getting a little fed up. It's then go raise your fucking children. You are twice my age. You're getting fed up that my parents are being protective over me, legally an adult, but still a child. How dare he put that pressure on you? I don't like this relationship. You guys, I'm so sorry, have nothing in common other than the fact that you're both turned on and he makes you feel young and you like feeling that way. But like, he has 2 kids and the baggage of a divorce, and you have I'm sorry, not twice your age. You have a 20-year age gap. That's a lifetime.
So twice her age, 21 to 40.
Sorry. Yes. The
Yeah.
age gap is 20 and he's twice your age.
Yeah. I wonder because she works
Wait,
60 hours a week. Yeah.
Sorry, can I say one thing? What I didn't hear in this is how amazing and supportive this guy is. What
She did say he's kind, patient, supportive.
but he's not patient. He's like, I'm starting to get real frustrated. Okay, you're kind. That's your barrier to entry, is that someone's kind. Guess how quickly he's going to ask you to do stuff with his kids. Guess how quickly you will become the woman that has to deal with the ex-wife, if it hasn't happened already.
So that's what I'm wondering. So number one, I get you're an adult, you're 21. You were 19 when you guys met and started going out.
If you're telling us the truth.
That.
If you're telling us the truth.
Right.
That is fucking gross.
It's gross because I think when you're 30, you're going to be like, oh my God, I would never date a 19-year-old. Like,
would you date a 4-year-old right now?
Well,
it's not the same thing, but
no,
that is any self-respecting man. That is like, you might be hot, or even worse, if you're not hot, he's like, well, she's young. 19 is a child, not in the eyes of the law, but that's gross.
But it sounds like you're someone who's like, you're ready to buy a house already, which is amazing. You're working 60 hours a week. You've got all these things in place. So while I'm sure your mom is not being kind and that can be frustrating, she is right to say that this man should not get any part of a house he doesn't pay for. Is he paying for the house? You need paperwork. You're not married yet. You need paperwork. Also,
so that when this goes south, you can kick him and his kids, who will forget your name yesterday, the second you stop being their stepmom.
Want to know how old they are. Also, if you're working 60 hours a week and you just see him on the weekends, I'm guessing you see him when he's not with the kids. I think it's a very different situation if kids are living with you full time. And your mom, you don't have to have kids. I'm not going to have kids, but I get why your mom is like, it sounds like you're saying, yeah, I don't need to have kids. I'll just raise his, which is fine if that works for you, but you still have time to decide that. Like, is that something he's decided? Is that
because
an
also
agreement?
You did not say in here, and I've never wanted kids, and I know that I don't. He's making this decision for you, whether you realize it or not. It's fine to not want kids, but you're getting them, and you're like, I'll just raise his. Oh, so let me get this straight. At 21, with a job where it's 60 hours a week, you're going to come home, take care of someone else's children, and then also foster the communication between him and his wife, because women always have to do that. And you're going to be okay cleaning up after them and picking them up from school when he can't, because he's stuck at work doing something. You're going to be okay doing all of that, and you're going to love it? Absolutely not.
And I know you're saying you pursued him. He didn't have
it was
to
easy.
bite. Yeah.
And by the way, what man wouldn't go for that? You pursued a fun thing. Of course, he's in love with you. I'm sure you're charming, and you're young. You're young. Men, people like young. Women like young. Everybody likes young. Like, that is the main thing that you have going for you, being that if he has anything in common with you, he is emotionally immature. I'm sorry. And I bet you he told you were an old soul. You can be really smart, and you can be precocious, and you can be street smart, but you do not have life experience. And I'm telling you, first of all, your parents are trying to protect you, and you did not ask us this. Do not marry this man.
You're working so hard. You clearly have a strong work ethic. You're buying a house. You're renting a house. You're going to buy a house. You're setting everything up right. Just make sure you're protecting yourself. Even if this man is a perfect man, if he's a perfect man, he will understand why you want a prenup, why you want to protect your assets, why you're not just going to let him live or have any rights to your home without paying. There are just things that are smart to do. And if he has a problem with them, that's a bad sign.
And he wouldn't tell you that he's starting to get frustrated. How fucking dare he? He should be kissing your parents' feet. I'm sorry. I think that's gross.
I'm annoyed that he's coming to her like, yeah, it's frustrating. Well, okay, you're the same age as them, so go talk to them about it then.
Yeah, ask them if they remember like what watching Saved by the Bell was like for the first time.
Well, he's just like, I have to go ask them for your hand in marriage, and they're gonna bully me. Well, they're his peers, so he can deal with it.
So you don't deserve that because it's his second time around?
Yeah, like
a man should be moving. Listen to me, fucking mountains. to be with you, especially considering what you will potentially be giving up to be with this decrepit, and he is younger than me, old man.
I also just want to call out, like, I know it's hard to get advice that is exactly the opposite of what you want to want.
Yeah.
But we have to be big sister. This is the most big sister question and answer there could ever be, which is like, there's a hot older guy and he wants me to like throw it all away for him. Like, no, sorry.
No, he wants to have sex with you when it's easy. He wants to have you around, and he's hoping you'll fill in the gaps and take care of his kids.
Eliza, do you know the term from the internet, bang maid?
No.
It's like, basically, usually it's an older guy gets like a younger woman in her role is just to like take care of the kids, take care of the house, and have sex with them. Like, never leave the house. She's just there for whatever you want.
Oh, you mean
usually
a wife, a trad wife?
Well, yeah, like when guys go to other countries and get like just somebody who they feel like they can take emotional and mental advantage of.
I don't know if we need to ascribe all of this to this guy. Like, he might be nice and normal, and it may not be that deep, but we're telling you from just having seen life. There's just too much. If this guy were like 30 and he didn't have the kids, it would be different. If he was your age and he had the kids, it might be different. But he, at 41, first of all, is fucking tired. Second of all, already blew his wad on the first wife. Third of all, isn't going to want to hear it. Fourth of all, is going to put your needs second. Like, it's just, he lived a full life already. He's not going to want to go out with you the way that you do. He's just not going to have it. None of us do.
Well, that's the other thing is I don't want this guy to keep you from living your life. So it's like, do your friends want to hang out with this guy? When you guys all go out /
No.
Does he not want to hang out with your friends so you never see them anymore?
By the way, did you see, did you see Bodies, Bodies, Bodies? Remember the one girl had the old boyfriend, and it's like, why is he here? And do you know what happened to him? He died.
He's killing
Every girl has that friend where like, you're like, I'm bringing Tom, and he's like older, and Tom's like really nice. And like, I've actually been the girl with the older boyfriend, and like, it's just weird.
Yeah. Yeah. We didn't mean to pile on.
We're still together. We didn't pile on, but like, as you're saying this, I also think I think deep down, you know what this is about, and you're trying to make it about something else. You're trying to be like, hey, I don't remember your question. I think it was like, what was her question? What was her question? Who cares? This is the answer.
The guy, we gave her no advice. She wants guidance on dealing with her family. And
you're trying to make it about your family when the issue is him.
Now,
your
parents
mom
might
aren't
just
stop.
be disrespectful of anyone you date, which is not cool. And in which case, but I think you would feel stronger about going against her if you felt like this was less of a weird situation.
You know deep down that this isn't the guy. And you love him, and he makes you feel special, and you're very attracted to him. But you are doing, listen to me, backflips to fit this man and all of his baggage into your brand new life. And it sucks and it hurts because you want it so badly. And you, I promise you, would not be the first girl to be like, well, maybe I could change this, and this. Maybe if I could just move across country, if he was just a different religion, if he lived here, maybe if his parents liked me, maybe if I couldn't have kids, maybe if he could have kids. But the reality is, this is the way that it is. He's not going to change. The kids aren't going anywhere. Your parents aren't going to change. And you're trying to change all these variables that are not going to change. The only thing you can change is yourself, and you shouldn't be with this guy. And you know that deep, deep down. And you see a future, and you see this idealized version where you get to be with him and you guys have like hot sex and it's so fun, and you never see the ex-wife and she never becomes a problem, and the kids are always perfect and they're barely over. Just not going to be the case. And if it is, then he's a piece of shit dad.
Yeah. It's like, you want a dad. If I'm going to marry a dad, I want him to be involved with his kids, or that's very unattractive to not.
And I'll tell you what, in 10 years-ish, when he's 50 and you're 30 and you're like, I want a baby, and this guy doesn't sound like he has a ton of money, so he's like, great, just do IVF. He's going to say like, I don't want to do it. I already raised my kids. You already raised my kids for me. Yes, there are men that have babies way later.
Robert De Niro.
But it's typically not after the young woman already raised their whole family for them. I just hate this.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong. Marry him, be
Yeah.
happy, think is the best thing ever. Prove me wrong. But and the fact
We
that you have
would love
parents
that.
that care, like it's not like you're coming from this like damaged thing and you're like, and my dad abused me and I've got daddy issues and my mom's out. It sounds like they really care. And you're too immature to see that this is all honestly for your own good.
That dad is really holding himself back. The dad is doing this for you. The dad gave him the once over, gave him the interrogation, and then was like, well, they're together. I'm not going to do this again. But now that he wants your hand in marriage, your dad's like, well, I got to give another kick to the tires. But him not saying anything just shows how much he loves you.
How great to have a dad that cares enough to make this guy miserable and like to question it.
Yeah, like, what's your deal, bro?
But, thanks for writing in. Thanks
Yes,
for
we
being a Patreon
love you.
member.
And that's it to your member. And we couldn't softball the advice.
You know I had to give it to you. Remember that? I was telling you about that
Yeah.
squirrel. You know I had to give it to you.
I like that your ponytail bounces when you do it.
You know I had to give it to you. You know I had to give it to you.
Hi, Liza. Hi,
Come
Liza
on.
and crew. I was too excited about the
You
squirrel.
too.
Hi, Liza and crew. I'll cut straight to the chase. Should I send photos to my ex-girlfriend from years ago of the dog we had together who has since passed away?
Is the dog naked?
I am 28 female. My ex is 29 or 30 ? Trans man was my girlfriend at the time we dated. My ex messaged me on Instagram letting me know that the dog we had passed away from cancer. I had some mutual friends also let me know, since I don't follow them on Insta, and was sad for a day, but it's been so long it didn't quite hit me that hard. They said that they lost their phone at some point, lost all the pictures of our dog from his early puppy days. Now, it's been over 6 years since I last saw them. We didn't leave on the best terms. I wasn't cheated on or anything, but I definitely left that breakup not wanting to be friends or maintain any sort of communication. They ended up keeping the dog since they were always more of a dog person and frankly needed him for more emotional support than I did.
So we don't need the answer. They kept the dog. Okay.
We have not spoken since then. They'll occasionally reply to my Instagram stories and have randomly sent messages throughout this time, but I have never replied because I don't want to open that can of worms. I also married my now husband last year, so I want to respect him. He's never outwardly said you can't talk to them, but I'd feel a little weird if his exes were staying in touch, so it feels like common sense maybe. I was thinking if roles were reversed, would this bug me if my husband's ex reached out asking for the same thing? I don't feel like it would bother me too much, but also with this specific situation, I don't want to invite more conversation. I'm also confused. It's 2026. Everything's in the cloud these days. You need to awkwardly reach out to your ex for photos, or
Not
am I
that
just
nanny's
being a
phone
dick?
number.
Yeah.
Not some of us opt out of the cloud.
I'm not sure if I should just be a kind person and send some pictures or not give it any energy. Yes, I love this dog, but it was so long ago this news didn't hit me too hard. I know the dog lovers are going to hate me for this, but it wasn't a human child that we shared custody over or anything. LOL. That's all. Not sure how to navigate this. Thank you in advance for your advice. Sincerely, Anonymous. Send them the goddamn pictures of the dog as a puppy. If you have them on your phone, fucking send them. You
If
don't
you
have to
have
have a conversation.
All right.
Send the pictures.
Did you say goddamn?
Yeah, send the pictures.
Jesus, Emily. Can't talk to them like this. You can't talk to people on our podcast like this. These are our listeners and
Anonymous.
customers and supporters.
Anonymous, send the pictures.
And make up a name, for fuck's sake.
They did. They put Anonymous with a dash, and they created a whole Patreon just to submit this as Anonymous. No names. So covert.
If you are unbothered by this person, as it really seems that you are, like you can, like I have people that like I broke up with, it wasn't awesome, but like you don't think about them. It's like, give it no energy. So you scroll to the bottom of your phone. You're like, hey, did some digging, found these pictures. I hope this helps. That's it. You could send all of them and you don't have to receive what they say back. Just as you've been not responding, you can just be like, hey, like, because that is a bummer and it obviously is affecting them. And it is the kind thing to do. You're not sending pictures of you naked with the dog. You're married. You don't care. You've moved on. Any hurt seems to be you remember it just enough to be like, I don't want to talk to this person. They're too dramatic. This is all okay. Send the pictures. And it's all especially okay if you're not in the picture, or you can crop yourself out or something, but just send it.
If you are actually this unbothered, it really doesn't matter to send the pictures. Now,
Just send them.
I don't know why you think them replying is going to create some sort of chain reaction.
I think this person is drama. I think that the ex, like there's something with the ex and there's unfinished business, but it is also possible to have unfinished conversation that never needs to be finished.
Yeah.
Because enough time has come and you're in a new relationship and like you're just in different phases of your life now. Like what is to be rehashed? Like this person was probably toying with the idea of being trans and the relationship didn't go well and they were doing with their own. Like it doesn't fucking matter. They got to be trans. You married someone else. You're not in love with this person anymore. Send the pictures. Never respond again. That's it. If you've gone thus far without responding, you can do it again. It's not a big deal.
Yes. You
And
don't
don't
even
worry
have to
about your
say a
husband.
word. You can send pictures and not say a thing.
Yeah, what do you? Because you're
But
worried
I
this
just-
person will be dramatic and say something toxic. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I just want
doesn't matter.
the people who took in Rosalie Niles' mother and had her in their home when she gave birth had a video of them being born that I wanted so badly, but I pissed them off and they never gave it to me
Why'd you piss him off?
because their
What did
cats
you
were
do?
full of because they kept the other two kittens and they don't like believe in vets. And I was like, your kittens are full of worms. Here are the free spay days. Like I was full like animal
Oh, you were that
nut.
right.
Because they were just not. I was like, hey, I brought
You
mine
too-
in.
You love too hard.
I love too hard. And I could tell that they were just like, leave us the fuck alone. I texted a year later on the day, like, the babies are what? Like, I've had them for you. You gave me such a gift. And they're just like, no.
You're all weird. All you cat people are so weird. And I will say this too. You're saying that the breakup wasn't bad. It was just like a weird breakup. Like they didn't do anything rather.
Yeah.
So send them the pictures.
Send them the pictures. Especially because you're saying you left the dog with them because it means so much to them and this is their emotional
Yeah.
support dog. Like,
And it doesn't sound like this person reaches out to you often. Like it doesn't sound like they're trying to do anything. And if they are, don't respond. But what we're not hearing from you is like they reach out often and they always
and they're
have drama. Like,
scary.
I have an ex-boyfriend who I for sure broke up with, and I have nothing bad to say about this person. They did nothing wrong. And they send me DMs all the time that I just like don't respond to. And it's not charged. And if I have once a year, I might like text back and like, it's not disrespecting my husband. There's nothing there. Like sometimes I write back, sometimes I don't. Fucking
Yeah.
who cares?
Because there's no intent behind it on your end, just like
There's
isn't
no
on our
from
dog
either.
photo person.
That's right. And if you detect a little bit of it, then just block, get out of there.
Yeah, then you get
Don't
out.
let it-
But you will have
don't-
known you did the right thing.
Don't let it take up any more of your mental space than it already has. Then it becomes weird.
Hi, AI crew and Patreon friends. I have a fairly general question I would love to get input on. Do initials matter when naming kids? My husband and I do not have middle names, and we are NT and DD. I did not take his last name. I am now 24-ish weeks pregnant and thinking about names for our baby boy. We have one name that we loved for years that starts with S. Now we're thinking about middle names, and it's a great opportunity to incorporate something from my side of the family. I'm leaning towards using my dad's nickname, which only his family members use, and it will be a fun little nod. The name sounds pretty cool overall, at least to me and my husband, but it would make his initials STD. Doesn't really
Oh.
matter. Am I going to be setting up my kid for eternal bullying? If it matters, we are currently in a city and he will likely grow up in a multicultural city environment. I actually don't think it. I think that's less funny than if his initials were like ass, like anything you'd put in an arcade machine.
Well, here's the other thing. Like, are you initial people? Like, some people are initial people. When babies are born, all of a sudden, everything has to have initials. I'm not an initial person. I think I have really cool initials. Like, I think IVS are cool initials. And I just, other than one bag I have, like, I'm not a person that monograms. I don't put my initials. Like, you're either that person or not. Little babies get it. So you will probably have a lot of stuff with like STD on it. If the kid is good looking and cool or smart, it kind of doesn't matter. It is something that we think about as parents, and you would be shocked how many initial combinations make really weird words. I got a hat at Sundance and they like burned, it was like a cowboy hat and they burned initial like words into it if you wanted. So I was like, I'll get my kids' initials. I was like, can I get Sierra May and Ethan Lyons? And that spells smell. And that's what's on my fucking really nice hat now. The word smell. So, It also will happen, like you'll do, and you'll even, I didn't even realize it would do that. So like if it's not STD, but something else, but to not incorporate a family name in on the off chance that once every few years someone uses their initials, or they just learn to be like, yeah, it's STD, that sucks, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, yeah, I really never think about my initials. Sometimes I think it's kind of funny that if I take out the M in the middle, it's EH, like, eh. But I
cute.
really
That's very
don't
you.
think about it very much.
I guess the question is the meaning, do the meanings of the name outweigh the few times in this person's life they're going to have to deal with it? And by the way, first of all, I never even hear STD anymore. I always hear STI.
Yes, that's what you're supposed to say.
And like, who knows? It might be something else. And it might just be like a thing that no one says. So if the name is meaningful, it should outweigh someone immature being like, STD.
This is not like when someone said, should I name my child Hannibal? This is, you can name your kid STD.
I think it's kind of like whatever, unless you're big initial people, unless you're like super old money, mid-Atlantic, like initial monogram people. You think about it. But I don't know. I feel like it's a very Southern thing.
If you're
But
not, and
also initials aren't usually your middle name too. It could just be the first and last name, SD,
yeah,
you know?
I
So
think it's okay. Suck and D.
also it's your dad's nickname. And you're going to give him the full nickname. You could always give it your dad's name, but then say the middle initial is the nickname. Like if his middle name is Ramrod, but he always went by Amy, you could name it Ramrod, but have the I don't know.
Yeah. But I think if you both love the name, go with the name.
If you love it, because you're gonna be saying the name a lot more than you're gonna be reading the initials.
Yes, but here, before you take that advice, we have to do another question because the email subject is, I took your advice and it was bad. It's the first complaint we've ever gotten.
It's the first complaint that we've ever opened.
Well,
It's the first complaint that we've ever read.
the first complaint I've ever felt had merit, but it doesn't really because we're going to double down, Eliza. So just hold on.
Okay. Oh my God.
We're going to double down. We were right. Hi, Eliza, longtime listener.
Not anymore.
I feel really stuck after an uncomfortable situation with my boyfriend. Context. We have been together 2.5 years, lived together for the last year. A month ago, this is the question. A month ago, I noticed my boyfriend having bad breath, not normal food breath, but like sewage or poop breath. Not sure if anyone else can relate. I gave it a week or so and decided to bring up the concern to him. Took your advice. You've always said, like, if you truly care and respect. So we didn't give this advice to her specifically, by the way.
Aha!
But still, we would give this. I'm saying we would double down on this advice. If you truly care and respect them, you can bring up bad odors kindly, which I think we stand by. And she's saying this is not like garlic, onion, meal breath. She says this is like sewage or poop.
Like an infection. Like you have a dry socket or like halitosis. Got it.
So I mentioned it kindly that his breath has lingering bad odors, but did not mention the poop smell specifically. That was nice. I said, I think something is wrong, like bacteria growth or infection, maybe. It's pretty strong. Note, he is very good about oral hygiene, brushing 2 to 3 times a day, flossing regularly. So because he's good at oral care, yeah, sometimes 3, he thought trying mouthwash would help. 2 weeks have passed. The mouthwash is not working. The stink is still there. I'm not wanting to make out or have sex because of the stench. I'm worried about it really being bacterial and not wanting my system to get contaminated. So I brought it up again, but in a more direct way that the mouthwash is not working. I was kind, but more direct that I think the smell is sewage-like, and I really think you should see an urgent care or dentist. Which, you know, you had to tell him, but that is shocking to hear. He got so upset. I could tell he was embarrassed, maybe ashamed. He could not even look at me directly. I tried to reassure him that this is something that has developed. It's not something that's been around for all the years we've been together, indicating it's a problem that can be fixed. What really hurts is his main response was, well, it seems like you're the only one who has complained about it. So how could I know you aren't just sensitive to it? Which makes me upset that he's disregarding my honesty and respect for him. Why would it take his coworkers or friends saying something, which we all know they won't, for him to actually go to the doctor. So right now I question, do I make an ultimatum that if he does not go to the doctor, I won't kiss or have sex with him? Do I just say that's your choice to have stinky breath forever and not bring it up again, but just not kiss or have mouth contact? Do I push through as a good partner since it's a very sensitive topic? WTF do I do? I don't think he listens. You can say my name is Rachel.
Rachel, wait. What if you're pregnant? And his natural biome revolts you?
The normal sewage or poop breath. So it's been at least a month.
Okay, listen to me, Rachel. If you're not pregnant,
yeah,
listen to me. If you're not pregnant, he has an infection. I'm surprised his mouth doesn't hurt, but it's okay to be embarrassed. But the fact that he isn't like, I will do anything to get you to have sex with me, and the fact that he tried to turn it around on you, like you're a crazy woman. I have a super smeller nose. I smell things sometimes coming from Noah that like nobody else smells. But this man goes to like the ends of the earth to like make sure, like the fact that as a red-blooded man, he's not like upset that you are deterred from having physical contact with him is fucking weird. And I just want to say this. This will not be the last like random obstacle in your relationship. All relationships have them. Do you want to be with someone where you have to give them an ultimatum like a child? Like, if I were him, I'd be like, oh no, I hope I don't have like bone rot and I should go see a periodontist.
The idea that it doesn't just smell musty or stale and it smells like poop. I mean, I would be tempted at this point to get some other people to tell him, to be like, okay, you think that there's not a problem and it's me? Why don't you ask? Ask this person, ask that person, see what they say. Because nobody's going to go, we have questions all the time. Like, should I tell my coworker they stink? Nobody wants to.
You're exactly right. Nobody wants to, but also you love me. I'm supposed to be the person that you care the most about, and my opinion doesn't matter enough. You're not going to believe me. You need to hear it from like Ned in your office. So how many people would have to agree for you to think that I'm not lying to you? We always talk about on the show how the bigger issue, it's not the issue, it's the way that they respond to the issue that actually is the issue. And right now this guy is showing, I'm not like against people being together or relationships or friendships, but I'm like, you are doing your best. And this man is like, I don't care if you want to fuck me. You're crazy. I trust other people's opinion. I need to hear, I need 5 people to say they agree to equal your opinion.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Ugh.
He owes you an apology and a visit to his dentist.
Please report back on
He's
what's
sick.
wrong in there.
And
what?
He's going to have to thank you. Yeah, something's in there.
Or if it is just you, you know what? Have him go to the dentist and confirm it's just you. Say you'll pay the copay.
The dentist is not going to smell because they're going to have a thing. But also make sure you're not pregnant. I hate that I said that, but like,
no, it's a real concern, but or that you have COVID.
She couldn't smell she had COVID.
Well, no, I had certain things start tasting like trash to me and taste and smell. Like I couldn't eat popcorn or chickpeas or a couple other things for like a year and a half because it's tasted and smelled like garbage.
Let's say she does have COVID. Hear how he reacted to her. And also, can you be with someone who smells like sewage? Who smells like old diaper food?
Old diaper food. Disgusting.
All right.
Disgusting. And with that, top of the cup.
Speaking of diaper food.
It's the top of the cob. We're doing it right every day. You just take a bite, top of the cob.
I like this one. You're not going to. I've made it to the series finale of Rizzoli and Isles, and I'm crying over my Wendy's breakfast burrito.
Okay.
One person has been influenced by me.
Did they? Is it because of you, or were they already a fan?
I'm sure they were already a fan, but they brought it in because they said that their top was that what they just said is very Emily coded. And it makes me happy because Emily is amazing. I just need to read myself some compliments as the bottom of the cup.
Emily is amazing, and you do deserve them.
I deserve for other people to watch Rizzoli and Isles.
Okay.
Because my bottom of the cob is that last night I was getting ready for bed, getting cozy, like, oh, I get to sleep in tomorrow. And then Rizzoli dragged a turd across the entire floor. And I had to go get a Swiffer in my bedroom.
Was it one of yours? Whose turd was it?
His that was still stuck to his butt.
Boy.
And it was horrible.
Oh.
And I went and got the Swiffer. But then the thing that's really offensive about cats, and they were both of them were standing next to it at various points, scratching on the floor, which they do, like, cover this, like, bury this. We don't like this smell. I'm trying. I'm cleaning it up. You did it.
No.
And I'm here with my Swiffer. And they're both like, cover it up. Cover it
You
up.
should have been like, it doesn't smell. Maybe it's just you.
I should have just said to both cats, nobody else has told me there's a smell in here. But I needed to sleep in there, so I really had to deal with the smell. It was bad.
Awful.
It was
Look,
so
you're getting all
bad.
cozy. Let me just drag this piece of shit across your bed.
It was
Good
so
night,
disrespectful.
My queen. My bottom of the cob is last minute something getting pushed by like 30 minutes. Like if you're going to a meeting or something, or even like a Zoom, like, yeah, you could check your Instagram. Not that I have it on my phone, but like you're going somewhere, they're like, they're just running 30 late. Like it's just not enough time to do anything.
No.
And you can't, it's not enough time to go get a cup of coffee or do anything meaningful. You're just like frozen in aspic. Like, I guess I'll just wait here like fruit in a Jell-O mold.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, thanks for waiting. You're like, cool, I had no choice. Thanks so much for fucking up my day. And I also put like, I went to meet some friends for lunch and I was in line at valet because this is LA. Valet had stopped taking cars, but cars, myself included, were lined up down the block and no one from valet was coming and telling anyone that they wouldn't take your car. So we're just sitting. I'm just sitting in a line for nothing. And I had such a packed schedule that like lunch was at 1:45. So now it's 2. So I had to call the ear piercing place. I was meeting my other friends and push that back, which pushed something else back. And you're just like, how can you not tell people?
Yeah.
Anyway, what a stressful day of eating lunch and getting my ears pierced. Top of the cup.
Top of the cob, a listener shares, while commuting home, when I reached the end of today's episode, A Hole in Your Macula, immediately after the last beat of the song, completely out of nowhere, I said out loud to the empty car, I wanted all the drama. Then realizing how automatic it was, I just laughed at myself. That's cute.
We could stick one of those in right now, right, Scott?
I wanted all the drama.
What's
Scott's
yours?
so good with the drops. My top, I will say something nice about Rizzoli since I just put him on blast. And Iliza, you'll appreciate this even without a cat. I love when I can get a eyeball goop out of his eyeball. Let me get in there and clean it out.
I feel that way about crusted blood on a new piercing. Just scoop it out. You're like, look at that. My top of the cob is so simple. And I don't know if they have this everywhere. So just welcome to LA. This is a shout out to Goop Kitchen.
You already talked about them, but
I did, about how much I love them.
well, you've said a few times you love them. You talked about your routine getting them when you had the anger at the Uber Eats, but you can talk about how much you love them, but
I love Goop Kitchen and I'll tell you why. It has what you want. It has really fresh salads. I'm willing to pay for that. Almost every single option, if you're unable to cook or if for some reason you want to order food, you're going to scroll through a restaurant and you're hoping that that salad is decent. You're hoping that the place that makes pizza and wings also might make something that's fresh, or the Mediterranean place, or the like Granville down the street. You're hoping that this is like a good salad, and it typically isn't, because that's not the thing that makes them the most money. Women want tasty, fresh, healthful things. Not always, but when I do, the fact that Goop Kitchen exists and you can get one of several salads, you can get like a healthful meal, whether it's like a chicken with sides, I do happen to love their pizza, or a soup. It's just a healthy menu, and it's not healthy in a way that's like gimmicky or like we're vegan, but there's a lot of sugar. It's just what people fucking want, and not enough restaurants, or actually not enough people, realize the spending power that women/millennial women have, that we are driving most trends, not only in television consumption, but when it comes to food. That's great that like your boyfriend can order a fucking meatball sub from a gas station. I don't want to eat that shit. And I love that Goop Kitchen has all these options. And I don't know why more restaurants don't follow fucking suit and just fucking charge me for it and just give me something healthy that's scrumptious. It's great. I didn't want to like it, and I love it. And I don't know why more people aren't ripping them off.
is there a flavor salad that you like the best?
I
Like a type?
love, they do a Brussels kale salad, and you can add hand-pulled chicken, and it comes with these tasty little crispy things and avocado, and it's so filling, and it comes like a lemon vinaigrette. I also love, they have like a chop And this isn't like you're eating it and your skin is glowing, but like they're whole ingredients. It's real chicken. It's real grains. There's grain bowls and it's just good. And it's not loaded with a bunch of bullshit and it's not secret healthy. Like it's just whole ingredients.
I love a pizza store Greek pizza, Greek salad, where it's like
I love
a
a
whole
Greek salad.
a raw
that's the thing.
onion.
It's a raw onion and it's going to be iceberg lettuce. So you're basically eating nothing.
It's just water. Yeah.
You kind of can't go wrong with a Greek salad. And yet some places do it. You're like, oh, cool. Did you make sure that this was piping hot sitting on top of
The
like the
pizza.
shawarma that I ordered?
They
Awesome.
left it on top. Yeah.
Salads from pizza places. You're like, maybe these are just whole ingredients and they're just good. And I don't fucking care if the fact that like she has flawless skin and she's blonde like upsets you. Like, so what? Give me a goddamn grain bowl. I'll pay for it.